Yo, what's going on, everyone? It's V8, back for another one. Today's video, we're going to be comparing the 5.9 Magnum to the 5.2 Magnum. We're going to go over some of the differences, and then some of the similarities, and then I'll let you guys go. But starting with the 5.9, this is 360 cubic inches. It's got a 4-inch bore and a 3.58-inch stroke. Stock power and torque is 245 horsepower and 345 pound-feet of torque. This is not stock, it's full bolt-ons. It has no AC. It's basically stock bottom end 360, stock head, stock ham, full bolt-ons. This one has Doug Thorley mid-length tri-Y headers. This one has Scorpion 1.72 roller rockers. It's got underdrive crank pulley, overdrive alternator pulley, Hughes Edelbrock aluminum intake manifold, Fastman 52mm throttle body, K&N cold air intake, MSD ignition wires, MSD digital 6A ignition box, MSD ignition coil, Champion spark plugs, 24-pound injectors, 4-hole spray pattern. And that's pretty much it on this motor. Moving on to the 5.2. This is a 318 cubic inch. Originally the 5.2, but this has been bored 40 over to a 5.3. Technically it's 324.5 cubic inches, but I like to call it a 326 because it sounds better. And 327 is usually for Chevys. So I like even numbers, so I just went with 326. But I did the math, I did the calculations, it's 324.5 cubic inches. So you could, technically you'd round up and call it a 325, but I just don't really like odd numbers. So the bore and stroke on a 5.2 is a 3.91 inch bore and a 3.31 inch stroke. So this has a smaller bore and smaller stroke than a 5.9. This particular motor has RHS heads, 2.02 intake valve, 1.62 exhaust valve. It has a Hughes engines 208, 214, 520, 560, 110 LSA. It has Harlan Sharp 1.7 roller rockers, Mopar M1 aluminum intake manifold, Holley 52mm throttle body. That's a double bore throttle body, so it's really 104. Same throttle body on both, same size, just different companies. K&N cold air intake, Cook's long tube headers, only set in the world for a ZJ. I have MSD digital 6AL, MSD digital 2-step, what else? Underdrive crank pulley, overdrive alternator pulley, MSD coil, MSD 8.5mm ignition wires. I think I got, oh yeah, and 24-pound injectors. I think I covered everything as far as the engine. So yeah, the differences between these two engines is This one likes to rev out, and this has way better top end because of the heads and cam. But the 5.9 is just really torquey down low. It wants to just get up and go immediately. And these things sound really good even when they're stock. They're somewhat impressive for what they are when they're stock too. Not that impressive, especially by today's standards, but I was impressed by it when I got mine. And I bought this for $800. I put way more than 10 times that amount into it. So, and then this I got for $8,000, but I have about $40,000 into it. And I know you're gonna say, why didn't you just leave it alone? You could have bought your dream car, you know, your C6, Z06, but I just have a passion for these EJs, man. I've had one in my family since 1996, and my mom got hit by a drunk MTA shuttle bus driver. Jeep got totaled. I was supposed to get that one, so I ended up getting a better one, and I ended up getting, you know, the top trim level ZJ, which is this. So that was a quick video right there, kind of giving you a run through of the two engines, their similarities, their differences. This is full bolt-on, so if this had heads and cam, I'm sure it would be a little faster than this, but this has a fairly new engine with only 6,000 or 7,000 miles on it. This is the original engine. It's up to 140,000. This has a rebuilt 4.6 RE. This has an original 4.4 RE, but I just replaced the governor pressure sensor and solenoid in the valve body and put fresh transmission fluid, so it's actually running and shifting mint. I'm really happy with that. And forgot to mention, this one has line lock. And I don't know, I might be deleting the AC on this one soon because I don't use it. It's extra weight. Kind of frees up some space in the engine bay. And yeah, I plan on probably cutting a half a coil off all four corners. Because if you look real close, I don't know if you can see it, but there's that much space between the bumper and the tailpipe, so I'd have to cut out a piece of the bumper.